And if I am showing this as a video, everyone, Brian and I are working together on this, trying to just kind of. He's played several games, and well, more than I have, and we were playing Panzer's Last Stand right now, correct, with the group.
That's right.
And so anyway, so we're kind of working together on it. We're not really playing opposed. We learned, we played an OCS game. I jumped in on a group of Canadians playing OCS, and we kind of played that way. And it was really a cool way to kind of just, work with each other and try to learn and kind of strategy too. And so anyway, takes that pressure off so I don't get destroyed by Brian. Okay, so now we're looking at safe path from a unit to its HQ, free of enemy units. So it's definitely free of enemy units. Free of enemy zones of control, engagement, and screen zones, which screen zones I don't really understand at the moment, but engagement I think is just like range of armor, right?
Right. So engagement zone can be further, it would affect trucks movement allowance.
Oh, okay.
So
right. I see. Yeah. So it doesn't matter because we're using TAC.
Right. So we're trying to regain support, which is TAC generally. And so as long as it's traversable by TAC, you can get the command radius plus 5 hexes.
Yeah, we definitely got that.
Yep.
So
any American units the same? No, I guess they're all good.
So delete that. Yeah, so these little boxes around here are kind of indicating that too, right?
Which boxes?
Well, there's see how they're yellow and red?
Yeah, I don't know what that is about.
I think so. The yellow or green or whatever color you want to call that, that's because they're activated. The red is right. I labeled that. I did that, but I don't remember what I did because I remember clicking it because I don't know what it is, and we don't know. So I guess we're all right now. So now we have one German who got support dropped, and that's up here.
I'm just gonna. Whoops! Hang on. Yeah, there's a German over in
3119.
Yeah, and also one in 4012. So he's got an SD on him.
Yeah, hold on here. Sorry, I was saving the file just in case. Sure. So I'm sorry. So I got the one at 3119. What's the other one you said?
4012.
4012. Oh yeah, our little attack at the end of the day there. Oh yeah, had temporary one, SD, more whatever. Yeah. So I guess we'll look at that one first since we're kind of looking at it. So that's 18th Volks.
Yeah, and he's adjacent to his headquarters, so he certainly can regain his support.
Okay, all right. So we can just drop that.
There's a unit in 3118.
18, mm-hmm. And that's 1st SS.
Part of it, yeah.
And looks like he can reach it too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. Fine, then. Well, it's okay. So, Brian, one of the things I've struggled with this game, and since is that there's a lot of, we've talked about this when we weren't recording last week, but lots of terms, safe path, MSO. I don't know I can't even think of all of them. But anyway, well, I just looked at the legal hexes. I don't know. It's just like there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff, yeah.
The zones of control are weird. But that one right there makes sense to me because so the support is tanks, armored vehicles like Stugs and whatever.
Yeah.
And they're kind of abstracted, like the headquarters has it, you have some more, and they're just out amongst the formation. So the fact that it has to be within that range of the, I want to make sure I use the right terms, command radius plus 5, that part's a little weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be traversable by TAC, which is also another weird thing. Makes sense, though, because tanks have to get there. So, but it's not movement points or thing, it's sexes. But I guess if there was a major river or... So because they can only move, like they have to stop when they move in rough, but I don't think that counts, right? Because it is traversable.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'd be looking at prohibited terrain or prohibited hex sites. And then, you might have to reach around to a bridge, for example, if you had a major river, to make sure that you could get across it somewhere. The other thing, like, it could be limbered guns being towed by half tracks and things like that. So yeah, there's lots of explanations for what support is. Regaining it, though, you check it with a attack movement. But yeah, the safe path concept is it still is a kind of a stumbling block for me a little bit.
I think the thing that stumbles me is, why is it 5? Why? And we kind of talked about this, I think, but
yeah,
I sometimes I can think too much on things. Okay, so that was that. So everybody, we're just going through the activation, sequence, and play, just reading one by one here. So
yeah.
So we've removed all that stuff. Now, if the combat trains are not optimal distance, flip them to ghost. Again, now that is that everybody, or is that just...
No? That's just for the formation that we activated.
Okay, for 7th armored,
which was 7th armored.
And so again, that's another term, optimal distance.
Yeah,
and that is the
that's 5 to 15.
That's right. Okay. I find that interesting. Like, why can't it be right next to it?
Exactly. Well, I guess the concept is there's a lot of logistical things going on, and if they're too close, they're in each other's way.
Okay.
Again, each of these games has different. I think they're pretty close on the scale. So the 5 to 15, I guess, is meant to show where those logistical elements could be functioning and not getting the way of each other.
And is that by road movement or anything, or is that?
Well, that is, you're trying to achieve that 5 to 15 on a primary road or a secondary road, or no worse than a track.
Okay. So our 7th armor does hit it because it's on this secondary road, and there crosses over, and no zones of control. The zones of control affect that and all that, I assume.
They certainly do. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're good. So right now we're good, but those Germans need to get up there and block that out. Yeah, I did read something, Brian. I don't know. Maybe it was on one of those posts you had, or just reading through the BCS Facebook group or something that like that. So up here, up north, we kind of debated back and forth, and we decided to push the. I think we attacked something, and the headquarters moved back, where it sounds like maybe it's almost better to go behind it and block that that MSR or whatever.
Yep.
But that was interesting too, because then what I guess that means is that you're right now he can get supply. Although no, he's not optimal distance at the moment. So
the first SS, you mean?
Yeah,
that's right. They're going to be less than optimal.
So
we've already activated this turn. Pardon me?
Oh yeah. Anyway, yeah, they've already activated. So
yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
having a look at that.
Fatigue we did already. We cheated and did that.
Yeah.
And isolation. That's the HQ number +5, so command radius +5 again, right?
No, not for checking command. This is when you do isolation, you look at the command radius number just by itself. So the 7th armored has a 12 command radius. All his units are definitely within 12.
Yep. Okay.
His MSR is not blocked, and so there's neither one of the isolation tables to be checked.
Okay. MSR is main supply, right?
Right, and that includes from your headquarters to your combat trains to your supply point at the edge of a map. The MSR is the whole thing. The optimal distance part of it, you're only checking between the combat trains and the headquarters.
So maybe I shouldn't ask this because we don't need to worry about it, but if this German unit were in this town here, say these cav weren't here in 2214, the 14th cav, if these Germans were here, can the 7th Armored Division instead kind of go some circuitous route to get around? Because right now he's using that road, but...
Well, that's it. So the combat train has to be adjacent to a road itself leading off to the map. So where it is now, it's on a road. That's great. And it's going back to the map edge on a road, that brown one. If that route was cut off, you would not have an MSR.
Oh, really?
From the map edge to the combat train, if you cut that portion off, you don't have an MSR.
So you can't find another route like down this trail or...
No, you can't use trails for your combat train back.
Mm.
You can only use trails from your combat train forward to your headquarters.
Hold the line, 14th Cav. Okay. Second activation.
I know. So the 7th Armored, that little dice symbol on the back of them there.
Yep.
It's a 4.
That's a 4, yep.
So he needs if he's fresh, you get a bonus, but otherwise there's no modifier to the single die roll.
Mm. Okay. And there's no other modifiers at all?
Nope. So he needs a 1, 2, 3, or 4.
How about a 5?
And he does not get it.
Fine.
So
fine then.
He's done.
Is there can you do a recovery activation, or do you have to choose to do that?
No, that's only if you got it.
Okay.
Sorry, if you're intentionally skipping it, or recovery activation step J, which is
okay. So we would have said we're not rolling for it. We're going to do a recovery.
Right. Yeah, you wouldn't have been allowed to roll for it, but
okay.
No need for him to try to recover at this point.
Fine. Next activation.
Okay. Who do you like? Who do you see?
Let's see here.
The Germans do get to use those 2 reinforcement formations as well, although you probably want to move the guys all at the front to get out of their way, potentially. So
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And the question is, do we want to... So I was kind of debating this when I was playing it. Do we want to keep these guys surrounded here, these Americans and Schneifel, whatever that is in the woods there? I was debating, like, do you leave them and then surround them with these guys in the back, or do you...
I see. Oh, yeah.
Or are they kind of screwed anyway because they're so far away? And
well, you when the Americans go to activate them, those guys are going to look at those isolation tables because they don't have safe paths, and they may even be out of range of their headquarters. So any damage you do to them right now might get them down to like 1 or 2 steps, and therefore when they hit their activation, they might be eliminated. They're not going to lose 3 steps, though, I don't believe. So just looking quickly at the isolation tables on those cards, the most those Americans that are surrounded there are going to lose is probably 1, maybe 2 steps. I don't know.
Yeah, because they're not going to have an MSR blocked marker.
No, they're not going to have that because that's only to their headquarters. Where is their headquarters? Are way back there. But if you look at the command range of that headquarters, they're well outside of it. So they're going to be looking at, and then their safe path is, what do we say, 15, 10 plus 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're probably going to suffer 1 or 2 steps. If the 18th VG attacks these guys, a number of them, and gets a step loss on them here and there, that means there's even less there when those Americans activate, and they might disappear. So it might be worth taking some shots at them. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm trying to look at the path. Can you what's the stacking, and can you overstack while moving?
You can overstack while moving, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems like stacking's pretty minimal in this game. It seems like, but I don't remember what the stacking is in this.
Yeah, and you really want to avoid being stacked when the other guy gets a turn because he's got all kinds of artillery.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, well, and you kind of want to spread out anyway, and there's not really an advantage to stacking. I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's activate 18th. Kind of get them kind of regrouped here because they kind of got their butts handed to them over on this side. Maybe they can get their revenge and get some guys in the Schneifel knocked down. And then maybe we should think about, keeping paths open for these two guys coming on.
Righto. So, for example, that 18th VG combat train, we're going to want to get it up closer to its headquarters so that it doesn't interfere and cross the streams with one of those other two. Yep.
Okay. Where's the other? So there's a couple 18s over here. And then we need to keep them. So where's their headquarters? Right here. So command range. So he could move up a little bit. 1, 2, 3.
And you can always move your headquarters last of the formation so that you recover your command range. Like, that's one of the things that people have a problem with. Like, can I move my units right now out of command range? Well, you can if you still haven't moved your headquarters, because Dean has always said, assume that everything is simultaneous and that eventually your headquarters gets everybody back in by the end of your movement.
Yeah. So where do we think we want to, thinking ahead, where do we want to send these? Holy cap, 9th SS. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's a little bit of my thinking too. I think when I was playing solo, this F-Bag Brigade or whatever the heck it is, I'm like, maybe they should come up here and surround these Americans, and 18th Volksgrenadiers need to get moving up here.
Yeah. I mean, the 18th doesn't have great movement capability. I think if you look at the guy at the very front, he's got an 8 movement on foot, but no ability. He loses that assault arrow once you flip him to movement too.
Okay. Well, then maybe 18th Volksgrenadier just kind of stands here on the back, covers the Schnon, keeps them honest, attack these Americans, and let these F-Bag Brigade skip past us and go to the south.
Maybe get them off the road so that they're not potentially blocking any of the guys following up. Mop up those SNAFU. Maybe a few of the guys can go up and suppress the CCB-9 guys, keep them from moving any forward because they haven't activated yet. So we will have to cover like 3509, 3510, just because we know that CCB-9 is going to do something next.
All right, so maybe move a couple of these guys in 30 and 41, 9 or 10.
Yep.
And then the guy back there up 4211, move them up over there. Okay.
All right. Let's see what kind of activation we're going to get, though.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
So I'm just going to flip the headquarters.
Okay.
There we go. Now we prepare. Step B. No need to worry about the combat trains being off the map. They're not. The MSR is complete because our combat train is on a road that leads off the map. And we have a route that goes from our combat trains to our headquarters. Although, and this is a point I'm never quite sure of, if you look at the 18th VG combat train, it follows a road up until hex 4211. And then the HQ is not on that road. It's next to it. So one could argue that the headquarters is having to use tracks, because even if it's only one hex, it's tracks. But I thought I read somewhere that, and I'm never sure if I'm thinking OCS or not, if it is adjacent, okay, for the MSR.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I wasn't. All right, let's look here. I wasn't clear on that. I felt like you had to go the whole time on the road, and it wasn't like OCS.
Yeah, and you're likely right. I've never allowed myself to put I've never gotten to a situation yet where I had the headquarters and it was adjacent to the road. It was either very clearly on tracks or it was very clearly on the road. But let's have a quick peek. This would be 3.1. And it says a contiguous series of legal hexes. Well, I'm not going to get into the legal expert. Well, no, it says contains a primary or secondary road or a track, inclusive. I'm gonna say that we have to call that a track because that the headquarters is on a track itself.
Yeah, I don't see where it says,
Adjacent is good enough. Yeah, I think you got to be into the hex.
Yep.
So it's still complete. That's still fine. But when we get to our SNAFU roll, we're going to pay a penalty for that.
Yep.
And it still might be worth moving everything at the end of the activation, the headquarters, and so on. So.
Yep, for sure.
Are we going to create, maintain, or remove prepared defenses? No. Don't think we need to do that with these guys. If mixed, and
I don't think it's mixed.
Nope.
It's mixed up with some Americans.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're not going to do a recovery activation, so we're not going to look at that. So now we go to SNAFU. You want to go through the modifiers, and I'll write down the pluses and minuses?
Yeah. Okay. SNAFU. Fresh fatigue, no. Coordination marker, no. Fatigue level X, no. Mixed formations, no. Specific SNAFU, game specific. There is one. It is
+1, I think.
Yep. So +1.
Yep.
MSR is complete. Optimal distance +1.
Yep.
Ghost train, no. Crossing the streams, no. If it uses tracks, is it good traffic ability or poor traffic ability?
I think because of the weather, it's good. So it is using tracks just for that, because of that last one or two hexes. That's a -1.
All right, so we're
+1.
+1. Okay.
So,
and we're rolling. One die. Nope. 2 die.
2 dice. Or if you're playing with me, you get to roll 3. All right. So that's a 7. We have a full activation.
What were you joking when you said you roll 3, or why do you say that?
Oh, whenever I'm playing Panzer's Last Stand, I mean, my rolls always suck for activations, and I'm always saying that Germans get to roll 3 dice, right?
Oh, yeah, I got you. Okay. Oh, that's cool. So full activation, so get to do everything.
And we get 2 objective markers.
Yeah.
Or a double, whatever we think is the goal here. And we have 3 intrinsic artillery and 2 more. So we have 5 artillery altogether. That's kind of nice.
Say that again. I'm sorry. So 2 and 3, so 5. Yep.
Right. Yeah. You'll see the headquarter marker has a 3 on it. Plus there's 2 more on a marker beside it. So we have 5 altogether.
We do have a challenge, though. Our support, the unit next to support, and then the unit at 3613 have all moved.
They were bounced. Like those guys were retreated. So we can take that move. We should reset all the moves here. How do you do that?
Okay. So that didn't stick with them for the next turn.
That's right. It doesn't.
Okay,
there's a reset here, and gosh knows if I can find it.
Reset all queues. Don't want to do that. Remove all objective markers. Remove all yellow activation markers.
There is something. Moved.
Yeah.
There we go. Just pass this button right after overview. You have the 3 magnifying glasses, LOS, and then
move. Yeah, of course.
Move. There we go.
Pretty standard in most vassals.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So they can do stuff then. So. I don't know. I think
So if you wanted to attack those guys in the Schnee Eifel,
yeah.
you can put a double down on one of the guys in the middle, and you're going to be able to attack all of them because that's 2 hex range everywhere there. If you want to do anything with the other guys, I mean, this is only infantry, and they've got Stokes. They got some attack support.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think we double objective with the guys in the Schnee Eifel, and
Yeah. And the other thing is that Ren unit up in 3613.
Yeah.
He's a dual. He can attack. He can engage other AV units, and he doesn't need an objective to do that.
Okay.
So that's something to consider.
So maybe we'll want to send him over here to this lone Erlene.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I say we just put the objectives on these guys and boom. Or I guess we don't need to cover them up. That'll make it hard to mess with.
I think if you flip it, it'll say double on it too.
Oh, really?
Put both on the.
Okay. Okay. I'll let you do that.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll do that. I guess might as well do these attacks first.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, that's nice.
Okay. So we did our SNAFU roll, objective marker placed, activities. Now we conduct our movements, combats, engagements, and barrages. Okay. When we got infantry here, we're probably going to want to attack with one guy and use another guy for support just to get an extra point out of the roll here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
These guys that have the AR rating of 3, that's the best this unit's got, are guys with 3. So those little Ersts and the Ost unit there, that's a 1 and a 2 AR on the south side of those, we'll use them for some assists.
Okay.
The easy part, though, might be to move the guys up front first before we get back to the and do the attacks at the end of the activation.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do that then. So I'm trying to find my terrain chart here in my chart.
Oh, yeah. Lots of charts.
Lots and lots of charts. For some reason, I can't find a terrain chart here.
This one? Oh,
yeah.
I know. Yeah, the button that has.
Got it.
Yep, got it.
Okay, so I don't know. Let's move the REM 18th REM of the 18th Volksgrenadier. Move him up there, I guess, to start doing his thing. And
yeah, now that hex that he's going into is a forest.
I'll have to
because
stop.
it's got rolling, so it's a full stop when he gets there.
So 333 if you flip him over.
Yeah, he's stronger on that side, isn't he?
I think so, yeah. And 2-3-12. Yeah, so and we only need to move one hex, so all right, so when he moves over there, bloop, he's moved.
And he's automatically in an AV EZOC.
Yep.
So he has to do at least one fire event. Now he's a dual. That little assault arrow there on him.
Yep.
As an AV unit, he'll get 2 fire events. And then he'll get 1 event or combat because of the assault arrow. If he wants to do all 3, he has to do the 2 fire events first and then the assault arrow attack, because doing an assault arrow attack automatically finishes him. So he wants to take care of the other 2 things he can do before he's declared finished. So.
Okay.
All right.
So we're doing
he won't be able to use that assault arrow looking at now because we didn't put an objective marker down for a regular combat.
Oh yeah.
So he's got his 2 fire events though, which is pretty good.
Okay. So this is engagement table.
This would be an engagement table, yes, of TAC.
Fire.
Now, before he does, we've got artillery. We've got 5 pieces of artillery, and we can launch 3 before we do this, I think. One, 2, or 3.
This will be a barrage.
Yes. It may not be very effective because if you look at the defender, he's what they call a hard unit because he's got a yellow background to his symbol.
I mean, I'm tempted to save all those 5 for the Eiffel guys.
You're right. You're right. That's a good idea.
This is just kind of a hopefully we get some shot, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there is no on the engagement table. Oh, are we ready to do that?
Sure.
No double objective known and not a limited AV. I don't think it's limited, right?
No, the attacker, if that wasn't a red 3, if it was just a hollowed out, like a white background 3, that would be a limited. Yeah.
Okay. Target only, prepared defense, multiple supports.
He's got 1, but that's not multiple, so.
Non-support standoff unit? No.
Nope. So this is just a straight up AV plus AR. So it's a 6-on-6.
Okay. And
no modifiers.
6-on-6.
That's a 0. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Because okay, and now we're gonna roll.
2-4 versus 3-3. Yeah.
And now we're just rolling 2 dice.
Yeah, and looking at target as a real AV.
9.
You got to roll that. Did you roll that 9?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you can join my team any day. Holy crow! I can get a 3 there probably. Target loss and retreat.
Dang, love it. So they're going to take a step
loss, and then just to make sure we do the retreat properly, we should run over to the retreat execution tables.
Brian, understand this is not normally how the rolls go. If you watch any of my videos, you'll know this is not the case. Okay, so retreat table.
Yep. It says start at the top. This is not a voluntary retreat. The unit has a safe path. So we skip that one. It's an engagement table. And literally you retreat 3 hexes and flip it to its move side.
It's already on its move side, right?
Yeah.
And retreat 3 hexes. So 1, 2, 3. Just move it under the VIF. Do the movement or anything matter really, or is it just 3 hexes?
It's strictly 3 hexes. This is another thing where some people that are skeptics about BCS will say, well, how can it just be 3 hexes no matter what's there? Well, you still have to establish that there was a safe path. You don't necessarily follow the safe path, but you establish that there is one, and then they just make their way there no matter what. So he's good, and he's on his move side?
Yep.
Okay.
It seems not terrible. I mean, gosh, these guys with all those steps, I'm like, what the heck, dude? That's a lot of steps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, do you know what? Let's see.
Does he have to advance into that?
No, and he can't anyway because there's a slope hex there, or a slope graphic on that hex.
Okay.
So he did his first fire engagement, but then he's done. He's got nobody else to shoot at.
Oh.
It's all done. Okay. And because he, how many hexes did he move there? Oh, he was all or
nothing.
All okay.
Well,
if he still had movement points left, he could keep moving, but he because as soon as you use your second fire engagement, then you can't move. But
so here's a question here. He has 3 movement points. It costs 4 movement points to move into that hex.
I thought it was all.
It says
Stop. Oh wait, no, sorry. Stop. See 5.2E. You see the terrain chart? Forest for attack unit is stop. But 5.2E is a note that's being referenced here. No, I think it's...
Yikes. What the heck is that about?
I think stop means stop, but I think the reference on the terrain chart's not correct. It says stop, see 5.2E. Well, there's nothing here about...
No, that's a weird...
Yeah. So he is done. He basically used all his movement to go in that hex.
Okay. Yeah, 1 hex movement, 4-1F.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yep. Units can never use this rule to conduct a shock attack. Okay. Yeah, we're good. All right. What's that?
The second sentence of 4.1E says stop terrain hexes cost 4 movement hexes. That's what you were reading off to me?
Mm-hmm.
He only had 3, right?
Yeah.
So does that mean he couldn't move there?
Well, no, because hold on, let me get...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It says the next one is 1 hex movement, if otherwise eligible. Yeah.
And he is eligible. So
Right. Okay, good.
So that, how about that lone second of the 294th? I don't know. It's like, does he go ahead and move up there to St. Vith, kind of block that road, or does he kind of move down here to Combat Command 9 just to cause or he's not going to cause any problems. Just get his butt handed to him. I don't know.
Yeah. I think if he goes to further up the road, he might want to just stop this side of that last river hex so that he's got some defensive ability. Yeah.
Okay.
Seems good. Is that his best side? His other side is no. Let's keep him as a 4. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So how about these guys now? So the first of the 294th. I mean, it sounds like. I mean, it seems like we're going to have to move the... I mean, if we're going to attack the Americans and we want support, we're going to, our, other units there, we're going to have to move those Ersts and Osts over there next to those, next to the more powerful ones. And then maybe we do bring that other brigade and cover the, west or the east side of that American.
Yeah.
So get everybody.
Yeah, looking at there's 6 Americans there surrounded. If you wanted to attack and have everybody assist, you'd need at least 12 units. You don't have that anyway. So we're probably not going to be, we're either going to be attacking some of those guys with just single units, or we're not going to attack them all if we're looking for an assist.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 5 there around there now, 2 more close by. The other guy's a little further away on the other side of the headquarters. You got 8 at your disposal.
I'm almost thinking like this guy would move up here to assist that guy.
As long as you've got guys in positions where the Americans that are still there afterwards can't escape necessarily through there or can't get that safe path through them.
And they can't, right? Because do these have zone of control for that thing?
They do. They're infantry on infantry, so they affect their ZOC. And remember that your assist has to come from a unit that's adjacent to you as the attacker. So he can't be on one side of the defender and you be on the other.
Sure. I'm just going to move this here just for.
The other thing is you don't have to move them all first. So you can just move 2 guys, do an attack, move 2 other guys, whatever you like.
All right. Well, we'll do that, and let's make that attack then, and we'll just kind of go down the line. I'm thinking we'll just bring these other 4211 and whatever, move them over to support their bros, and keep this Ost here, because the Americans are going to get to activate next, right? So we'll need to keep him there to cover all those zones of control. Okay. We might have a moment of interlapping coordination thing, but we can remedy that after.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So let's. How about this Pioneer go in after these? Because we're not going to want to attack with that Erst guy because he's a 2 rating, right?
Yeah, that's it. He's going to be an assist.
So basically, all he was doing was just move there, not doing anything else.
Okay.
If he attacked, can he assist, or is he done?
So when you assist, if you attack, let's see.
Yep, that's on that chart.
You are finished if you conduct the attack, and you cannot assist afterwards.
Okay.
You are also finished by assisting a regular attack.
Yep, we're good. All right, so they've moved in position. Now we'll do this with the Pioneer. So it looks like we're going to make 3 attacks on these Americans. So we have to divide this 5 artillery amongst those 3 attacks.
Right. So we could just lob shells at them pre-attack and see if we knock off a step, or you can add one artillery into the attack and get a +2 die roll modifier.
So if we have 3 attacks happening, we could use 3 of the artilleries to. Oh wait, can you do both? Can you do a suppression and an artillery attack or not?
No.
Nah. Who makes these rules? Well, so then I guess we hit one of them with 3 attacks, and then 2 of them we suppress. That way we're using all of our artillery.
Yeah, I mean, you could if you expect that we could attack 5 units, then each one of those attacks would get a +2, and you just use suppression. Or
well, that's true. We could attack 5, but I think isn't it better to support an attack or no?
Well, that's the suppression is suppression is within the attack. You get a +2 modifier. If you just use artillery out of it, you're just rolling on that barrage table. If you look at the terrain these guys have, where you need a 4, 5, or 6 to get them take a step off them. So,
yeah, I think as cool as it would be to attack 5 units, I think we should. I don't know. That's a tough one because. So I don't know. Actually, now that you're talking,
because if you look at the combat table, the combat table results gives you the opportunity to inflict a loss, but also a loss due to an inability to retreat, because the safe path for retreat, it might not happen. So if they can't, they take a step loss. Could potentially get 2 out of that.
Zone of control caused a step loss.
Yep. Well, when you try to do a retreat on the retreat table, if they can't do that and follow a safe path out that's not in a ZOC, then yeah, they're going to lose a step. So.
Okay, so it looks like we can attack really 4 hexes. The one we're getting ready to attack, and then one of the attacks will be a single count. 2 of the attacks will be single counters with suppression missions, and then 1 will be a supported one or assisted one. Right. So 2 assists, 2 singles, and 2 assists, 2 singles.
So you can also lob a single artillery shell at somebody that you're not going to attack, and you're not obligated to attack it afterwards.
Oh, okay. 1,
so
2.
We would have, if we have 5, we could do
4. So all right, yeah, let's do that. Let's lob 1 at like this, the 3 of the 423rd or the 3 of the, whoa, wait a minute. How come they have the same? Oh, 422nd. So 3 of the 422nd or 3 of the 423rd. All right, let's do that.
Okay.
And
So
for one of them.
Yep. All right.
And so this is just an RD barrage.
That's right.
And it's not a hard unit. It's not standoff, not urban, not city. It is a terrain hex. So 4 through 6.
Yep. So it's 1d6. And which target were you going after? The 3, 4, 22nd?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Barrage. Kabloom. How about a 1?
That'd be not.
Okay. See what I mean?
Yep.
Okay.
I get you.
All right. So now let's go back up here and do this attack.
Okay.
Pioneers on these lonely boys here.
So we're down to 4 artillery now, right?
Yep. All right. So that's going to be combat table modifiers. Dual or appropriate support.
Our attacker's not a duel, and the American is not a duel, because these 2 lines there, both sides could gain, but neither one of us is duel.
But he has what's appropriate support?
So the 106th Infantry unit, he's got support back there. It doesn't show in this scenario that they've lost it yet, which is kind of odd. I guess, you know what? TAC could get there, so they do have support. We haven't taken their support away.
Oh, wow.
Which is odd. But, I mean, at this point in the scenario or the campaign, you would have thought they lost their support. But they do have it back there. It's the 820. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So the Americans are +1.
It's limited support. Does that matter?
No, it doesn't matter. Sorry.
And the Volksgrenadiers also have support.
And is it red support? For an attacker, your support has to be red. And if it is, yeah, it is. So we get +1.
All right. So
okay.
Attacker only, double objective zone. Yes. +1.
Oh, and neither side's MSR is blocked at this point, because they haven't activated yet, so that hasn't been checked for them. So
okay.
All right. So yeah, now attacker.
Double objective zone, +1.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Attacking formation has prep. Nope. Suppression mission. Yes. Regular attack.
So this takes us down to.
It's a +2.
Yep. 3 artillery now. Yep.
Assist. Yes. +1.
Mm-hmm.
No attack off map. Shock attack. Attack by fire. Shock attack AV. No. Okay.
So we're +5. The
okay.
Americans. They have their +1 for their support. They have terrain. So that's another +1.
Mm-hmm. And nothing else.
Nothing else. So they're a +2. And we compare AR ratings. So we're a 3 +5 is 8.
Mm-hmm.
The Americans are 2 +2 is 4. So overall, we're a +4 on the die roll.
Okay. Go to the dice thing, and we're going to do an attack.
Mm-hmm.
+4. 11.
11. Okay, good. See, we got a D1. And so you want to take them down. There you go. And a D, automatic retreat. So the retreat table this is not voluntary, but we get to safe path, and it says no safe path, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you need a safe path.
No, -1, no retreat.
Right. And yeah.
That's cool. Well, not cool, but cool.
So those 2 units are done.
Okay.
The 2 German ones, I mean.
Yep.
Okay. The Ost unit that's
he's, as far as I'm concerned, he's standing there just to block zones of control.
I just want to make sure. Now, he spotted a barrage, so
Correct.
I want to make sure that didn't finish him. It doesn't finish him.
Boy. Okay.
Just making sure that we didn't use him out of order here. He can. Yeah. Okay. So he can assist. Once he assists, he's done. Right. Okay. So if he stays there, then the 293 guy, we need to get him in next to the OST unit if that OST is going to assist him.
I don't think. Well, that's true. I guess he could be the assist, and then we could have 3 of
that. 2 of the 293, can he swing over there and make it there, do you think, or no? Maybe not. If not, then we have to do an attack somewhere else.
No. So my thinking is now he can't really move. It's just move. So there's going to now be 1 assisted attack left and 2 solo attacks.
Okay.
So I don't know if it really matters who the assist and who isn't, but he'll attack him. He can attack him.
Yeah, they're all 3s, aren't they?
Yeah. So I'm thinking this guy goes. Let's see. So what's a trail do movement wise? It's
on foot. A trail is like a half.
Yeah. Okay. So, and he has to stop in his zone of control.
Yeah, because it's infantry on infantry. Yeah.
Right. So here. Yeah. So half and 1, and then 2.
He's going into woods there. Yeah.
Yep. And then so these 2, and so that's all he's doing. I don't know if it really matters, but basically I want to attack these 2 guys here now. Attack this guy down here by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So and they're the same. One, it's just a 3/4, 3/4 against a 2/4. And we'll use a suppression mission on them. So that's a 3rd one we're using.
Right. So now we're to 2 art. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So it's all going to be the same modifiers.
Seems to me the guys that defending are in similar situation, right? So I think it's a +4 again.
Yep. Okay. There we go. Dice. Attack. How about a 7 + 4 would be another 11?
That would be the same thing. So he's going to take 2 step losses.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I guess we'll move we'll move this guy and do his solo attack. Bloomp, bloomp.
Okay.
Solo attack him. Now it's going to be a little different because we do not have the support.
We don't have the assist.
We don't have the assist. So that is worth what?
That's a +1. So he's down to a +4.
+3.
So he's 7. Yeah. No, he has support.
Mm-hmm.
He has a double objective.
Mm-hmm.
And he's using an artillery, is he not?
Yep. Suppression mission. Yep.
So that's a +4.
Oh.
His base is a 3. Now he becomes a 7.
Oh, okay. And the other guy,
the U.S. unit is just a 2, but he's got +1 for support and +1 for terrain. So he's a 4.
it's a 7 to 4, so it's a +3. Okay.
Right. Yep. Sorry. I think I was thinking you were talking about the German unit when you said +3.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! What the heck?
Oh, you're lucky today. 7s. So that's a 10. That's not quite the same though.
No, it's not. It's funny though that
it's an A1 in brackets.
So prepared defense, they don't have that.
So we have no loss ourselves. The D situational is if he was in prepared defense, he would stay put. But now he retreats 3 hexes and moves and goes to his move side. He can't go 3 hexes. You do roll him to his move side though, and he takes a step loss.
And no retreat.
No retreat.
Okay. If the defender, so his situation was retreat 3 hexes and flip to move side. If the defender is prepared defense or is in or behind key terrain, no retreat, but take 1 step loss per defending unit. Okay. Okay.
All right.
And then the last one, this second of the 295th will attack. Someone can only be attacked once, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so he'll attack this one first to the 422nd. So it's going to be the same as that. It's going to be a +3 modifier. We're using our last artillery. Come on, buddy. I've had too many good rolls here. Oh my! What? Come on.
That's the vassal die roll modifier for you.
So decrease a step.
Yeah.
Well, at least it made all that easy.
Yeah. Craziness.
Weird. Okay, we have one unit left to do something with, and that's this first of the 294th.
I would move him up.
Yeah. Do we just want to move him up? It's like, we can flip him.
We definitely want to flip him in case we don't get a second activation.
So he'll be on the road. I'm sure he's half. So that's
half.
So do we want to move him just to the west of Hume, or do we want to move him up?
Yeah, I was going to suggest that. Yeah.
So at this little junction here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now, do we want to move the headquarters?
Let's do that, and move the combat train as well. Only because the guy's waiting to come on the board.
So we want to. Okay. Oh well, it looks like we can move the. How much can they move? 14.
Who's that?
Oh, I flipped the wrong guy. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
flipped the
wrong
support
guy.
here. Sorry about that. Okay, so you can move 8.
You could. I was thinking if we moved them to Schoenberg, and then move the combat train. The combat train is a freebie as far as where it moves. If you moved it up north now, up to Manderfeld.
Okay.
Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus you got all road for the.
Where do we think we're moving 9th SS?
Well, I think they're going to want to use the road that goes through Roth and Radscheid. So you got 2 brown roads that they can go on separately.
Okay. All right, cool. Just want to make sure we weren't doing something to hurt them later. Okay, so the train, so you said move this guy up here?
Yep. And then you got to flip him because by moving, he becomes ghosted.
And so now he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hexes.
That's okay.
So we can move all this stuff over here, move all the little support stuff. Boom. Okay. And so move that. Let's move that out of the way. Boom.
Then we would go to cleanup, I believe.
Okay. So remove the objectives. All right. So cleanup.
Which we kind of did. We didn't throw the support off anybody.
No.
On the other side, and we didn't lose any.
Traffic. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Okay. Our ghost trains are at optimal distance, and they're ghosted by doing that. So fatigue roll.
So we used an attack sequence.
Yeah. If you get a 1, 2, or 3, we fatigue.
About a 4.
Good. Awesome. All right.
So now we want to take all the. Oh, well, hold on. And so clean up, remove, fatigue, isolation. So do we have any isolation?
They don't, because they're not. Let's just look at the command range again. That is important because I realize they only have an 8 command range. So that Earth sky is just on the outer edge of that.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I wanted to do, but I didn't think about it when we moved them.
Yeah, that's good. We didn't move the headquarters any further then.
Okay, so now.
But you can see how you wait to the end of your activation to move your headquarters because then you can kind of rejig it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take the move markers off. You did that. Yeah. Okay. We want to go for a second activation with them?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, why not? So we need a 4, 5, or 6.
How about a 4?
Lucky day.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So now we need to see what kind of SNAFU roll we get. Coming together a little bit.
A little bit. It's the zones of control, engagement, assault, screening. There's a bunch of stuff we haven't covered, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean it generally is. Yeah, mark, finish, change. How did you do the command radius?
Oh, you go to the headquarters and click on.
Oh my gosh, I keep clicking the wrong thing. All right. Okay, SNAFU. Fresh fatigue, coordination marker, fatigue level X, mixed formations, game specific SNAFU +1, optimal distance +2, ghost trains -1, so now we're +1. Crossing the streams, no, not using tracks, so now we're just a +1.
Right. Which is the same we had last time. We had the track problem, but we negated that, but we ghosted our train. So, yeah.
How about a 7?
7's still a full. Good.
Okay.
You keep rolling.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Just today. Okay, so now, I don't know, do we just keep attacking them? Or do we move them?
Well, we can do one thing at a time and see what happens. How's that sound?
I mean, yeah, let's just look here real quick. There is a gap there where they could get, well, not really. If we left them.
Yeah, that's it, right? So it might be better to try to take out those 2 guys that have 1 step left.
Mm-hmm.
That will make it a smaller mass, and then you might get away with fewer guys, that the guys that hadn't attacked or assisted yet could move away.
Okay, so that we could free up. Man, that's a tough one here, because you want to assist. I think, right? I mean, well, I don't know, maybe not. I mean, that +3 made a difference. I mean,
it does. +3 versus +4. Yeah. Do you want to just? We got 5 artillery again. We can go with the first attack on with the pioneers and the ersat guy first, and see if they.
Okay, sure.
Make that hex.
But then they're done. They're both done there. So.
Yeah.
But then they get to advance, right?
Well, the attacker will, not the assister. And you really don't want to get caught up in that type of terrain anyway, so it's probably just as well that only one of them would go in afterwards. The other thing is you can just lob an artillery shell and hope for 4, 5, or 6. And then you know.
I say we do that with. So he's on a trail. What's he on? Man, I don't know.
If they spot, they can't move away though. So you're going to want to spot with the worst guy.
Yeah, right. Oh, I see. Then if you do that, you can attack him, but you just can't use a suppression on him.
Right. Yes.
All right. Yeah, I guess we should do that and see if we get something out. All right. So barrage, is that 1? Already. Yeah. Come on.
So you want to do it within the attack? If so, it would add to the attack. But if you're doing it outside of it, you can only lob 1.
Yeah. Well, I thought you could actually drop more than 1 die per hex.
You can, but you have to be following up with an actual assault. If you're not going to use an assault afterwards, it depends. Like if you think you're going to get rid of them in the one shot.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do it. I'll do a barrage. I'm not feeling good about it.
Okay, so is the ersatz guy going to spot it?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's going to be finished because he'll be spotting.
And here goes Todd sighing because he just something doesn't feel right. Yeah. Dog.
Okay. So
That's why I rolled my last barrage.
Okay. All right. So if you want the pioneer guy to lead an attack by himself now, he can't get an artillery for suppression.
Or an assistant. Or no, he can get assistant, no?
Well, the ersatz guy spotted for the barrage, so oh yeah, no, he can.
You can assist. Okay.
Right. Yep.
At least it's a +1. All right, sure. So so he gets support. I'm sorry, I'm talking about the Germans. Germans get a support. Americans get a support too, right? So
yep.
MSR block, no. Double objective. Well, we didn't set objectives.
Oh, we didn't set it up.
But we would do the same thing.
Yep.
So I'm sorry. So that's +1, +2. Assist +3. That's it. So it's now a 6.
So the Americans have terrain, so they have a support and terrain, so they're a +2. So they're a 4.
6 to 4. Doggone it.
+2.
This blows.
I'm just going to find the.
Oh, baby. We'll take it.
Just going to put this over here.
Let's.
Okay, so he's a 9 with a +2. Oh God, yeah, he's dead.
D1.
He's dead, Jim.
Oh, that's funny.
You gave him 6.
Yep. I decreased step. It took the 1 off. So we're going to send him to. Do we delete him or is there a dead place?
There should be a dead pile. If you right click, it might give you that option.
It's in the graveyard.
Okay, that's it.
Boom.
So the pioneers go in the hex.
Boop.
Okay,
well, so that's still okay because we can still. Yeah. All right. So let's now attack at the other end of the Schneeifel. Let's attack with 1. Let's see. Yeah. That's 3. He's gonna. Yeah. No, let's attack with 1. Let's try something out here.
Okay.
Attack with the guy at the end there with him. I think.
The 293, or the guy north of him.
I gotta look at the map here a second. No, they're both off, so they're both gonna have to use a point to get off to. It's quite the. This is why the desert's easier to use.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, let's use the guy at the end there, the 293. So he's a 3. He's gonna have support, so he's +1. Double objective zone so now we're +2. Suppression mission +4. I'm sorry, +2 is now 4. I'm not going to assist.
Okay.
And so that's it. So it's now 3 + 4, 7. And it's 2 against. So it's a 2 and 2 is 4. So now it's a difference of 3.
Yep.
Come on, buddy. I need another high roll. I just need to keep these high rolls going, boy. Yeah.
Oh.
Take a 12. So.
Outstanding. Nice.
And now let's attack one more time with the let's see, so he'll be 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh yeah. I kind of actually no. Okay, yeah. Oh man, shoot. That kind of. Hold on here. I'm kind of stumped. No, okay, he'll be in the. So I'm trying to look at the zones of control and. So if he attacks him, and he leaves, if he attacks him, yeah, okay. So these. All right, so let's have the 2 of the 295th attack the guy. I don't know if it really matters. But we'll have him attack the 2 of the 423rd. So it's going to be, oh, he's a 1.
Yep.
That's cool.
Because he was attacked the last first half of the activation had to flip to his move side, and therefore he's weaker. So he's
all right. Yep. So it's going to be so the Germans are going to have the same modifier. It's going to be +4.
Okay.
And
you're using another artillery, so we're.
Yep.
So we've used 3, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we have 2 left.
No assist.
Nope.
So and it's 1 + 2 is 3. So now it's 7 to 3. Now it's a +4 modifier.
Mm-hmm.
I've had too many high ones here. I'm starting to get a little nervous. Oh, come on. That's what I needed, dude. That's what we needed.
So that's a 9 + 4.
That'll be a 13. That's a D2.
So he's D2.
And so he's gone.
Like, he's dead, Jim.
Yes. That's yes. I'm not excited because it's Americans. Please, no one misunderstand that.
No.
Right. So I always feel like I have to explain that.
And he goes in the hex.
All right. So they're all covered now. These guys are free to move.
They are free to move.
Good job, everybody, on the dice on the card.
The Ost guy could move too, but he would open up an access point for those guys. So we got to keep the Ost guy there.
Yep.
And the Earth guy already did his thing by spotting. So yeah, we got those 2 VG guys they can move.
So they can, let's think, they're not going to move far. Well, I guess we can move to a moose side. It's going to be probably truck or something.
I think it's foot. But they don't have any ability to defend well. You see, they went to a 2. So, but they're not really on a track or a road. So yeah, they might need the 8 just to get out of the way of the.
So we can kind of get him up there. We can kind of have a concentrated kind of get
them across the ore.
Yeah, and go for Vith later.
Yep.
Okay, so 8. 1, 2. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just kind of counting here without moving them. 6, 7. But he's going to be in a move side, so.
Yeah, you want to keep him behind somebody.
Shoot, I was going to move him way over there.
Or in some good terrain.
So here, so he can make it to here. And this is where I was going to put him in 3410.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing was you can move the other guy that's just behind him there because he hasn't moved yet, and then keep that guy back in that defensive position.
Okay.
So you could put him there now stacked, but then move the next guy, the guy he's stacked with, kind of jump ahead.
Okay. All right, so he's done. So now this guy will just go bloop.
Yep.
And then I think all right, well, let's move this other guy back here. I'm kind of tempted to leave the guy kind of in this hook of this river for a moment. Because we don't get to move again.
Yeah.
Wait, this is second activation, so they're done.
They're gonna be done.
Let's see. So let's flip this guy over. So he's going to go. He's going to cost him
for the rolling. What is that?
It's cost 1.
Yeah.
So 1, 2. Yeah, maybe we just. I think I want him to see if he can move over there. He probably can reach it. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. So you can move. So how about moving him way up here? Boom. All right. This guy. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, now the 2 guys up near the front, the 2 of the 294 and the REM dual unit, we probably could move them into contact with the enemy.
Okay. So
the 294 can't do anything, but he'll be in excellent terrain if nothing else. So,
well,
yeah.
Okay, so we want to move this guy here, and then he engages.
Yep, he's got a required engagement there.
And then we can move the 294 up here to assist an attack on him.
No, you can't do a conventional attack with an assist. It's an AV unit type of attack, and we have no objective marker up there. So
yeah. So is there any reason to move him up, the 294 up there? Not really.
Not yet. You have to do your fire events for the
Okay.
AV unit you just moved first anyway.
Yep. Okay.
See what kind of happens from the results of that.
Okay. Engagement table.
All right.
Not double objective, not limited, not prepared to. Huh?
Yeah. I was just looking at his factors. He's a 3-3-3, and I think the other side was worse, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Just before.
Yes, it was worse. Yes.
Okay. Good. Yeah. All right.
Target only. Oh. Multiple. No, so neither one has either one. So it's a minus. It's a 7 against 6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a -1. All right. This is engagement.
Yep.
How about 8? Both loss.
That's right. And the target wasn't a screening unit. So we both lose a step. That hurts us more than them because we're only a 2, aren't we? Or we were 3. I can't remember.
No. Now we're a 1.
Oh.
So maybe we shouldn't have done this.
So that's the required one. We don't have to do the second one if we don't want to. Do you think we're at risk of losing that unit?
Oh, no. There's no way.
Okay.
No way, dude. No way.
Nope. Okay. So, the 294. Let's plug him into 3211. I think that'd be a good idea. And
do we want to move the headquarters?
Well, let's see where that puts that Ertz unit. Check the command radius.
Oh yeah. You don't want to move him. Nope. Okay.
That infantry unit that moved up could attack. No, he can't. Sorry, he doesn't have an objective marker. I mean, technically, infantry can attack tanks where we move that 294 up, but we don't have an objective marker there, so we can't.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we go to cleanup.
I guess we need to flip that headquarters around.
Yeah, you do a rotate, I think, or something like that.
Rotate. Boop.
Or finished. Maybe there's a
mark finished. No. Where'd it go? Enter done mode.
That's it. Okay.
All right. So
the train can be flipped. Let's see. No.
All right. So we are on cleanup.
Okay. Oh, we moved the combat train up during the first activation, right?
Yes.
And we paid a penalty for it when we did our SNAFU calculation for the second activation.
Yep.
And immediately you get to flip it back to unghosted. So you pay a penalty once, but it's not ghosted anymore.
Yeah, we don't need to move it. Or could we move? Could we move it?
You could, and then you'd have to ghost it again.
Just keep it ghosted, okay. And we don't need to though, because we're in the same spot.
No, we're good. Yeah. We do have to roll for fatigue now, though, since we did a full series of events, a series of fortunate events.
Okay. Sorry, just get a screenshot there so I can show that you and I actually did this. Of course, we are recording it. I guess I can show that.
I made this. Yeah, there you go.
What are we doing here? Fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just roll it, see what happens.
1, 2, or 3.
How about fatigue, baby? How about a 4?
You're hot. You're hot.
Man. For the most part, good rolls on their part.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's unhighlight that formation.
Right. I got about another half hour in me, if that.
Yeah, I think we stop because it's going to take us more than half an hour to do whatever. Okay, no, that's cool. Yeah, I got to tell you. So, man, this is an intense game.
It is, and you add the layer of this map and all the geography on it. There's a lot more sort of issues around safe paths and traversability, and it's a more complex game to start with than it should be. My favorite for teaching somebody is Baptism by Fire, just because there's a lot less terrain and things like that.
Yeah, I've got Brazen.
Yes, that's even better. And in fact, in that one, they talked with the MSR using tracks. Even the hexes that don't have any tracks in them are considered tracks for that.
Oh, right. Okay.
So,
the whole thing's a big dirt road. I can't imagine what's AeroCorps going to be like. It's going to be pretty wooded too, isn't it? Or is that more open?
It is, but there's going to be fewer units. The good thing with that is, again, it keeps the number of formations to a minimum. And it's a one map, not a bunch of sheets. Not that using Vassal makes any difference. So,
well, right. I just wondered about like terrain and stuff.
You're going to have that.
Or is it more fields? I don't really know AeroCorps. I don't know that battle that well. So
it's a little more open than this. This is north of AeroCorps.
Okay.
Have I got that right?
Yeah.
AeroCorps is northwest.
Yeah. I think, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, what was I going to say? I think watching Nathan's channel and Wise Guy History, he played through this, and one of his videos was why I like, or something about liking BCS, and it was all the choices you have.
Yeah, it's
fantastic. But then at one point we're sitting here going, okay, we could do this, we could do that. I mean, it's all good. It's just a lot of how long? Go ahead.
You can get caught up in analysis paralysis pretty easily with this system. There's a lot of potential outcomes. But one thing I found was useful was knowing what was my goal in terms of going after a unit. Was it to try to retreat them and then get them to take other losses, or was it just to try to bash my way through it? And that kind of simplified it in terms of what kind of attack I should learn how to do. And that's why I haven't really done much with shock attacks until now, because I didn't really consider them much. I just wanted to focus on assaults and then engagements and try using those two effectively.
Yeah, I have to see.
There's a whole layer. There's a whole layer with shock attacks.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, it makes you think you probably have to use them, right, to get the ground you need to get as the German.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. So you've played this a few times. Panzer's Last Stand. You got a couple people playing aside. How long? So let's see. We started playing an hour and a half ago, and we got through 1.5 activations because we'd already done half of one activation. I would say it was a little quicker than last week. Although, no, it was about the same, actually. I think we got through, but it was a small. So we got through more this time than we did last time.
Yeah, that's right.
I was less stumbling. How long is it taking you guys to get? I mean, this is a small scenario, and it's going to take this is like 8 turns. It's going to take a long time.
Yeah. Well, Panzer's Last Stand is, it takes a while. There's a lot of formations, but you're not going to activate them all.
Oh, that's
right. The problem
right.
comes up is because you may think, okay, I've selected these 4 or 6 to be primary and secondary activations, but you don't know what the enemy is going to do to you, and that can create new formations for you to have to activate, whether you like it or not. And then you're bogged down thinking about those. We actually could use more players in our Panzer's Last Stand game, because right now there's just 3 of us. We've had a couple guys drop out or can't make it. You could easily have 3 guys on each side and just say, you look after that. You look after that. I'll look after this.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of a turn, you might come together to agree on which formations you hope to activate, and then you go off and do the best you can. I'm sure it's like that with OCS. I saw those guys playing that big East Front thing. I mean, you kind of have to let whomever is in charge of whatever area do their thing, and yeah.
Do you have less or more OCS time in games than this one, or the same? Or
less OCS. I'm just learning that. In fact, I was hoping to learn more of it in Winter Offensive this year, but BCS has been kind of a local favorite because we had one guy that learned when this game first came out, Don McIntosh. He learned it right away under the old version 1 rules. That was probably 4 or 5 years ago. And because it was his favorite, he kind of got us all on board. And I learned only on the 2.0 rules and then went back and bought the earlier games. So we have more BCS experience. Some of the guys don't want to get bogged down with supply points and all that kind of stuff that OCS offers. I kind of like that stuff. So that's why I've been watching Jeff play his Guderian's Blitzkrieg.
Version 1, baby.
Version 1, like 1.1 or 0, yeah.
Yeah, it's brand new. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to decide here a little bit. I mean, some of this playing here is, I mean, this is how I know all the people that watch me know I kind of come and go with games, but I'm kind of trying to decide, like, do I want to keep deep digging into this or kind of want to just kind of move into OCS? Because I do like the fact that you don't have to do the supply thing being simplified is cool in this.
It is, yeah.
The way they handle it is pretty cool. But when we were playing last Blitzkrieg and I played with some other guys, I'm like, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought. You know, I think I thought there would be more accounting. There is and there isn't. I mean, to me, some of the other things in this game are mental decisions that you may not have in OCS when you know, I don't know. So, I mean, this is a very involved game.
Yeah, the scale of the BCS games so far, I mean, you're talking battalions, obviously, and you really get down to nuts and bolts when you're looking at a formation.
Yeah.
Whereas OCS is certainly higher altitude.
Yeah.
But OCS covers more topics I'm interested in as well. I really like the Sicily campaign. And so actually on my table here, I've got the OCS map for Sicily #1 on here. And I'm got some plexi over it and not really putting any counters on it, just drawing some historical things on it. But I really like that. And I don't think they're going to come out with a BCS of Sicily because it's, at least as far as I know, they're not.
They're not right, not in the near future, not in the lists I've seen.
No.
Well, no, I mean, you're right. And then I've got Sicily too. So I want to try, because I want to try, I think that'd be cool. And then I'm looking forward. I've got Beyond the Rhine, but I'm looking forward to the cross-channel invasion too. So I'm like, so I'm kind of thinking, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, I know everyone would be like, just play them all. I'm like, I can't really, I can't do that.
And you're playing Stalingrad 42, I see. How you liking that?
I like the Simonich stuff, man. I think it's great. I mean, if I had to give some up, like I would give up BCS and OCS and keep that right now because it's the way more manageable, especially solo play. You know, I mean, you're missing a lot of details and a lot of cool things I understand in these systems, but it's just really cool, and I can play all these others. You know,
with a minimal amount of Chrome learning. That's right.
Yeah,
I played Normandy 44. Ukraine 43, France 40, and they were awesome experiences. Ukraine 43 was when we played that for 3 months. Chap and I, we just played once a week, and it went right down to the last turn.
Oh, that's cool.
It was pretty fun.
I've never played opposed. I've just soloed, but it's and he has just enough Chrome there, and I've spent a lot of time in the rule book. I'll tell you what, Stalingrad 42. I'm going to dig into these other rule books. To me, it's got way better references because I spend a lot of time in the rule book in that game, but I'm having no trouble finding stuff because it'll say, do this. Oh, that's on this section. Okay, boom. I'm not like flipping and looking. I'm like, the rule book experience has been great and better in this, even though this is a little bit potentially more complex. And because there's some things I'm not even doing right on it. Like I know I'm not doing like breakthrough attacks right. And there's some other thing. I don't know. I just really like it. And I've got Salerno 43 should be here in like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, I've got mine here. Yeah, it's a nice compact map, and
Yeah, someone was asking me about it. I think Jeff was asking, like, what is that little tiny piece of paper map? I'm like, no, it's a square map. It's just, I don't know. It's like, is it at least 2 foot by 2 foot, isn't it?
Yeah, but then you've got some stuff on the edges that's not map related.
Are they going to connect some of the other Italy to it, or is it just?
No, I would like to see another, one of the games that he puts out on Italy proper, not just Salerno. But Anzio, believe it or not, the original Avalon Hill Anzio, kind of, I still like that game. That covers that whole campaign very well.
I've been tempted to get that, pick up
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Which edition do you have? Which version? There's
the last one, so 76, 77, I guess it came out.
the version 4
with a really multicolored box cover on it.
Version 4.
Not the one with Mussolini on the cover, but
no, or the LCT or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's the one with like people on the front or something. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I've been tempted. I've been kind of like keeping my eye on for one. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm going to actually stop the recording here real quick and then finish up our conversation.
The one thing about the Simonich games, like if you are playing the actual physical game, you can't beat the map hex size and the counter size.
Yeah,
like it's for
and lack of stacking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh no, he's
aesthetically, it's a well done package.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I do hope that there's some follow up to Normandy 44, like deeper in, But I can't remember what. Oh, he's got an Africa one coming out. That's the next.
North Africa's next, and an expansion pack for Stalingrad 42, I believe.
Yeah, it's Jupiter.
Jupiter, yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of cut off the recording kind of abruptly there. Sorry about that. So we just had a good conversation. I enjoyed the conversation. Sometimes I think that's some of the most fun of the game, and just kind of talking afterwards, thinking through the game we played, other games. So anyway, Brian, thanks a lot for jumping on and helping me learn this game. I think we'll probably do. I think we agreed. I don't know if we talked about in that most of that again. We're going to try to finish the turn. I'm not try, but we are going to finish the turn. And then I'll kind of make a judgment call if I want to keep going or not on that. But anywho, thanks a lot for watching. If you did, you know the drill. Subscribe, click that bell, make comments, makes me know you love me. Blah blah blah. Hey, let's keep it peaceful out there, people. All right, we'll talk to you. See you.